How deep is that? Like, how deep is it going in?
Oh,
Oh no. Hey guys, so sorry to keep you in suspense from last time, but we totally failed our footer inspection.
right. With all the snow, if you remember last time, and the rain that we had, well,
You're guaranteed to fail a footer inspection for
right.
those conditions.
So that's the news of the day. We failed.
Hey guys. So I assume we've already told you, but we failed our last inspection. So the problem, let me get it. The problem was the soil probe test. So this is a soil probe. Back up so you can see it. This is a soil probe here, and it's going too deep down into the soil. So I'm about to dig away, see if that fixes it. Maybe if I dig deeper, it solves the problem. I don't know if it will, but that's what I'm about to try. So here we go.
So I continued to test and dig and test and dig and test and dig for the rest of the day.
I'm sorry you had to go through all of that.
It was about, I would say, I think it was a 12 or 14-hour day here of just digging.
I don't know if it was 14
But
hours.
no, look here. You can see how far down I'm throwing this post hole digger into the ground. So while doing all this, I did start making some calls because I wasn't even sure if this would work. I did call the structural engineer that we had worked with before, and he said that we just needed to keep on digging. I called the chief inspector, and he also said to keep on digging. And we even contacted a push pier and helical pier company to get their opinion.
The reason why we called the push pier helical pier company was to have a backup plan, just in case our traditional footing holes still did not pass inspection. So helical piers are structural supports that screw into the ground like a corkscrew to support a new structure. What's great about helical piers is that the machine that installs them has a resistance meter to let you know when it hits adequate solid ground. That report can then be given to the chief inspector.
Okay, y'all. It's getting dark. I'm getting tired. I can't really see what I'm doing. Tomorrow we're going to have a guy come and tell us what he thinks about for the piers, doing a helical or push piers. And I'll just keep on digging. But so far, that pile of that dirt that I dug out is bigger than the footing originally was.
So it's the next day, and poor naive us, we're still digging away.
Right. We continued to do this for the following day, trying to hit solid ground. And in the meantime, the push pier and helical pier people did come and gave us their advice.
Yeah, and they said there was basically nothing that they could do. We have a water line and a sewer line right there that is just too close in proximity.
Right. And they really were not happy with the ground there. They did agree something needed to be done until we offered another idea, which Anna explains really well. So I'll just let her take it from here.
Hey everyone, so with a new day comes some new challenges. So with our footers, we have discovered that they are soft. So if you remember, we are doing a stairs replacement up to our front door, and we're doing a 10 by 10 new deck to our basement door down here. So we have this soil probe, and we keep probing the ground, and we are just not hitting solid soil whatsoever. We talked to the chief inspector, and he says you definitely need to hit solid ground, which is like an obvious thing, but you want to hit solid ground. But he said what happens is that if you keep digging down and if you don't hit solid ground past 4 feet, you would need an engineer's letter for engineering for these footers. Even though we only need to go down 12 inches, we keep digging. One of our footers is already 4 feet. And he says much past that, you can't get one of these probes in for them to actually test. So then you would then automatically need an engineer, which would cost at least $1,000, if not more. So this is the situation that we're in. So we have decided to pivot our strategy and just put this whole staircase on hold for now. We're just eliminating that completely. We already went into the office and just amended our paperwork and said, never mind about the stairs. We're just going to do this 10 by 10 deck because this is access to our house. So we are going to eliminate that front door for now, use this basement door as our front entryway, and that's the best solution we have. In the future, we could always go back, add the door back, and add the stairs, but that's our solution. Since the footers for the stairs are the ones that are more problematic, the ones right here in front of this basement door seem to be better. They're not just, this thing isn't sinking like all the way down. So that's the situation. We're pivoting and changing our plans. Okay, well, here's my pile of dirt from our post holes. And all of this, well, not all of it, but a good bit of it is going to go back into the Yard Max. So that's awesome.
All right, guys. So we were really disappointed in this situation.
And frustrated.
So we just started putting the dirt back. All of that effort and work to dig everything out and set the forms, and we are just putting everything back as it was.
Yeah. And so that was 2/3 of the forms going back in. We're keeping 1/3.
Right. I mean, that form right there, it probably took an hour just to place that.
There was a lot of, we didn't show you before, but we did do a lot of extra pieces to make sure the concrete wouldn't blob out the sides. So there's that too.
Well, and we are doing all this right now. I mean, it's going to look like we were in a rush, and we were. The following day, we'd already scheduled inspections for the following day for the other 4-footers.
And so we wanted to cover these all back up so they're not like, what's going on with these holes in the ground over here.
Right. Because if they're holes in the ground, well, those are tripping hazards or something. I don't know. They would call us.
And so I'm filling them up in lifts of dirt and compacting and lifts of dirt and compacting the proper way.
And this whole time, we're really thinking we're getting rid of our front door.
And the new front door is going to be the door to our mudroom. And is that weird?
Like, it goes straight to the basement. So, guys, is that weird? In the comments, we'd love to hear from you. Honest take. Do you think it's weird that we're eliminating our main front door? Like, or is it just normal? It's a mudroom. Maybe it's normal. On the positive side, though, new planter bed.
And I never really liked those exterior stairs anyway. Well, it's not like I hadn't thought about using the Yard Max and just dumping a whole bunch of dirt in the hole, but I thought it was probably a better idea to like compact it. But I mean, that was like instant.
In my defense, I had compacted a lot of it already. So yeah, and
We had compacted. I got it. I got a couple of feet up before you started over.
So I mean, we're really far away. So anyway, it's done. Kind of. I could add a little more, but I'm gonna go fill it up now.
I mean, it's yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to say, what's the point of having a Yard Max that can go tilty if we don't use the tilt?
Because we were compacting.
We're compacting.
You see how much I sunk in there?
Okay.
So we thought we'd include some footage at a real-time speed instead of all the fast-forward stuff we've had so far.
We are so tired at this point. Like, we are exhausted.
This is near the end of the day. So we had inspections coming the next day, so we had to fill these holes before the next day.
And this is heavy because it's like wet clay soil. It had remember, it had rained.
Yeah, it was fairly heavy. But on the good news, we did get it done. And so from above here, you can see where we filled all of the footings on the left side, and on the right side, you can see the ones that we are going to try to pass inspections with. Okay, guys, so we're at the end of the day. There's nothing more for us to do.
Yeah, that was a lot of digging and a lot of unnecessary digging and a lot of putting dirt back in holes.
Right.
A lot of unnecessary work.
So hopefully tomorrow we have the inspector coming. Hopefully we're going to pass. The other people that came before told us that these were good. It was the ones over there that were the problem. So now that those are filled, it should be a non-issue. And now it's at the size where it's debatable if we even needed a permit to begin with.
Well, just in generalities, not necessarily for our area, but when I looked it up, it said decks that are above 30 inches off the ground, which we would be right around here, that would be, you would need a permit for above 30 inches off the ground. And then if it was a freestanding deck, you don't need a permit, which is this, because it's not attached. But this door is now our main entrance to the house. So that now qualifies it as needing a permit again.
Right. So probably need a permit, and it's already submitted. So it's not like we can, I don't think we can cancel a permit. I guess we can, but they're going to know. Yes. Like, what happened to that house?
Yeah.
So we'll have to close in one of our doors. That shouldn't be a problem. We've done that plenty of times, putting in windows. That's about it. Hopefully we pass tomorrow. So we'll check in on you tomorrow after the inspection and let you know how it went. Fingers crossed. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next video.